founder of For Real Women International. We want to stop by here to tell you that 2022 was a really good year for us. We're so excited about the gains and the victories that were made during 2022, and we want to share some of these with you. But first, we must say thank you. You donated because you trust us and you know the work that we do, over $4,485 to the work of For Real Women International, allowing our volunteers to carry and do the work of empowering women to step into the best version of themselves. We cannot thank you enough, because if it was not for people like you, we would not be able to do this work. So we thank you. We started out the year by making sure that our volunteers were prepared and armed and had the proper tools to carry out this very important work of empowering women. So we had the expertise of Sarah McDougall, Denise Miller, Casey and Gordon, who stopped by to give us tools and prepare us and train us in leadership, in personal finances for ourselves and the women that we serve, and also in how to help women who are in situations of abuse. The instruction and the information was pivotal and critical for the work that was carried out in 2022. Our social media team, which is also our marketing team, carried out 8 social media awareness campaigns in 2022. And these campaigns were done in both English and in Spanish. If you're on social media on Facebook or on Instagram, we invite you to look over these campaigns, and not only that, share them on your feed, because there's important information that is researched, that is validated, and that we share about women. These campaigns, these awareness campaigns, were around celebrating milestones for women. Oftentimes we don't take the time to do so, about mental health. They're around women's sexuality, celebrating women, soft skills and how to develop them and why they're important, gender violence, and finding joy. We thank our marketing team, who has done an amazing job in 2022 in making us all aware and informed about these issues. Following that, we had our annual international virtual trek. This is about our 3rd or 4th year carrying out the annual international virtual trek. This year we had teams from all the way from Costa Rica right up to Brooklyn, New York. As you can see, the first place went to a team on the borders of Mexico and California, Team River Mix. Second place went to Team Walking Femias, who were from Costa Rica, and Team Brooklyn Movers from Brooklyn, New York. All in all, 8 international teams every day walking were able to add up over 2 million steps. And we say congratulations to these women for putting their health as a priority and centering their self-care. Pink Room Live. If you haven't watched one of our shows, we invite you to go to Facebook and look for Pink Room Live, or on YouTube, where we're usually streaming live. We had about 5 sessions of Pink Room Live in 2022. We hope to have some more in 2023. This is a group of women coming together and talking about the real hardcore issues in politics, social justice, social issues. Women who are making a difference and breaking barriers all over the world. So we invite you to join in. You may listen to the recordings on YouTube. Then we had our very special, precious group of girls. We love to always make sure that we center the girls in the work that we do, because these girls will become the women of tomorrow. And all that we did not learn at our ages, we want them to make sure that they are on a path to be empowered, to take the spaces and the places that they deserve. So we had our youngest ambassador, you can see her in the picture there. She went all the way to St. Lucia, delivered book bags for students there, and did a fantastic job. Then we had young girls in Brooklyn also. There was a very special event for them, a sip and paint event. After the event, they got free pizza and they got softies, just allowing young women to see how important they are, how valuable they are, and teaching them early on to care for themselves and to come together as young girls. We want to center some of our teams at this time. We have our For Real Women International Limon, Costa Rica team doing fantastic work in an orphanage there. Then we have our For Real Women International Curacao, Dutch Caribbean, our newest team on board, did fantastic work this year also. And then we have our For Real Women International Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico, also a young team with young women who are bright and ready and want to do the work of making a difference in the lives of women and girls. We have our San Andres team in San Andres, Colombia. As you guys know, they went through a very difficult time a couple of years ago, and they're now recovering from a hurricane that was devastating to the island. We also have our For Real Women International Queens Long Island team, who continues to do the work here in New York. We want to center at this time the For Real Women International Brooklyn, New York team. They have done fantastic work, not only on the ground and fulfilling the commitment and our mission of uplifting women and girls, but they have made sure that they have taken the time to self-care as a team, as a group of women, and also spread it out to the community by taking the community on bus trips. And they have done fantastic work. They are a growing team with doing transformational work and really making a difference in their community. All in all, in 2022, we can say that For Real Women International fulfilled its mission of empowering women and girls. We reached over 1,599 women. 338 of those women were served in Curacao, the Dutch Caribbean, or largest number of women served from a very young team. Then we reached 454 girls. 104 of those girls were also served in Curacao, the Dutch Caribbean team. Go Curacao! They have done fantastic work in reaching the women and girls on their island. In total, all our teams, both in the USA, the Caribbean, the Dutch Caribbean, and in Latin America, reached 2,053 women and girls. And to that I say, yoo-hoo! Go For Real Women. That is fantastic work. 2,053 women and girls were serviced by women, volunteers, change agents of For Real Women International in the year 2022. Besides doing that work, committed to doing that work as we are, we continue to grow personally and professionally also. And we want to make space here to celebrate those important milestones of our volunteers and our members who have gone on to do amazing stuff besides the work that they do in For Real Women International. There's Dahira Gaskin Rivera and Latoya Hazel Alcide, who completed degrees this year, did exceptionally well in their academic endeavors, and we want to make space and just celebrate them and say, well done. Then we also have different things happening in different levels, right? We also had Dr. Tricia Pennycook and Teresa Alvarez Diaz, who got really great promotions at their workplaces. Very smart women, brilliant women, moving and shaking in the industries where they are. And we want to celebrate them for that. And then we also had Kayla Cato, who recently got engaged, and we celebrate with her young love, such a beautiful thing. And Chantal Fulgencio, who became a Path to Power scholar. So although as women, we're doing the work in the field, we're also making sure that we're taking care of ourselves and we're doing the work professionally where it needs to be done. 2023, with all the great stuff that happened in 2022, what can we expect for 2023? Well, 2023 is our year of no limits. No limits. We're going to enter rooms boldly. We're going to approach our lives fearlessly as a team, individually, in a collectivity, as an organization. Opportunities are going to follow us because we're taking these bold steps, and favor has already prepared the way for us to walk through these opportunities. We are projecting that our service and our outreach in every area of the world where there is a For Real Women International agent of change will be maximized. So we're projecting that we're even going to do better than what we did in 2022. And we want you to join us in this work. I want to share with you that our 2023 calendar is already filling up. January 11th, we want to remind all the teams that they should be sitting together as a team and sharing their calendar for the year, which they will email to their regional directors. In their calendar, they would outline the different events that they will have for the year, committing to this work. And we also want them to include self-care and community care. What are you going to do as a team together to come together and self-care? And what are you going to do individually? So we want you to include these as part of your calendar. On June 12, 14, 15, and 16, in lieu of our annual retreat, which we will not have this year, we are going to have Shark Tank Live coming to Furry Women International. So Shark Tank is going to require our teams to come before a panel of judges and to invite friends and family to watch as they present a plan or a proposal for an activity that they want to carry out in 2023, and they want to receive funding from the organization to carry out this activity. So listen up again, teams. You're going to come, not a video, you're going to come live. You may bring slides if you want, the PowerPoint, whatever you want to do, and you're going to present to us live your proposal for a specific day, an activity that you want to run. Remember, Furry Women International celebrates 4 important days, awareness days. You're going to present that proposal, and then we're going to choose which one is the best proposal, and that proposal will receive funding from the organization to carry out the work in 2020. It's going to be really exciting. So 12, 14, 15, and 16, you cannot miss out. February 17 to 19, we're ready, packed with activities for international activities. We'll be going to a conference for college women, young women and men in Alajuela, Costa Rica. There's a team of Furry Women International that will be servicing that particular event, February 17 to 19. On March 8 is our first awareness day, Day of Change. It is traditionally called Women's Day. For Furry Women International, we call it Day of Change because it is a day that we seek to help women to make significant changes in their lives. On May 28th, then we have Women's Health Day of Action. There's so much talk now about the issues that continue to assail women, right? Diseases that continue to assail women. And also the fact that women need to take more time to prioritize their own self-care. August, we're going to have a women's conference in Ixtapa, Mexico. We're working on the dates, and we will be bringing that forth to you soon. But a group of furry women will be traveling to Ixtapa to carry out a conference for women there. October 11th, Day of the Girl, one of our favorite awareness days in Furry Women International. Everyone loves Day of the Girl, right? Day of the Girl, October 11th. And then on November 25th, we end with our 4th and final awareness day, Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. We have committed ourselves to raise our voices, to speak up and speak out against violence against women and girls wherever we are in the world. Every team in Furry Women International commits to having at least 3 awareness days. Some teams go on to do 4, but at least 3 awareness days. And these are the awareness days on our calendar for 2023. And as more events come on our calendar, we will be sharing that with you. And finally, we want to challenge you. We want to challenge you to become an agent of change. Become an agent of change. Why? Because change can only happen when we take the responsibility to make it happen. So how are some ways in which you can do that? First of all, we invite you to touch the life of a woman or girl. This can be by donating to our cause. You can go to our website, www.4rwi.org. That's www.4rwi.org. You'll see opportunities for you to donate, support our causes. One thing we'll let you know, there's no overhead in Furry Women International. You're not paying for people who are going to be working in a fancy office, who you're not paying for any of that, who need big extravagant salaries. You are paying directly for the work to be carried to the grassroots, to the women and girls who need it. We also suggest to you that you tap into the work of a Furry Women International team. Maybe you're listening to this recording, you might be saying, I've heard about them, or I haven't heard about them before. How can I join? Let me find out what that is. This is all about. We have active teams that are located in USA. We have in New York, Queens, Long Island, there's a team. There's one also in Brooklyn, and we also have a team in California. In Latin America, we have the Limon Costa Rica team, San Andres and Colombia teams, the Nuevo Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico teams. And in the Dutch Caribbean, we have Curacao. We also have other teams. There's a small team in Atlanta, small team in Colorado that would benefit from having your support if you live in any of these areas. There's also a small team in Panama, in Latin America. If you want more information, you can also email us at info, I-N-F-O, at 4rwi.org. That's info, I-N-F-O, at 4rwi.org to find out more information. And finally, if you decide, you know what, I can't join a team, I can't commit to that now, we still invite you to find ways of supporting the women and girls in your family and in your community. We want to say to you once again, thank you for your support of For Real Women International. Small nonprofit organizations like ours, while small, we have a very broad reach. We cannot survive without your help. And we have been thriving these years, yay the pandemic, with all that has happened because of your support. We ask you that you continue to support us, but most importantly, we ask you that you support the women and girls in your family, in your community, and your nation, because they will be the ones to make the greater changes that our world needs today. Thank you very much.